Do you know what that is? You watch carefully and I will explain. Welcome to chemistry. Chemistry with Grandpa. Chemistry can be quackers. Okay, here's what's on the blackboard. So we've got solid, like think of ice. And what's it do when it turns to a liquid? It melts. And when it goes to a gas, it evaporates, or if you heat it quickly, it boils. And then if the gas turns back to a liquid, that's called condensation, condense. And then if you go from a liquid to a solid, that's called freezing. And there are some substances that don't exist as liquids. So a solid can go directly to gas. And carbon dioxide is one of those things. Solid carbon dioxide is really cold. Its temperature is minus 78 degrees Celsius. At minus 78, it changes directly from a solid to a gas, and that's called sublimation. I'm going to show you some of that. And then the gas turns all the way back to a solid without becoming a liquid, and that's called deposition. Let me show you some dry ice. Okay, so in here I have dry ice. This is, see that scratch on my wrist? That's from Chippy. He scratched me while I was there. Okay, this is solid carbon dioxide. It's minus 78 Celsius, 78 degrees below freezing. You hear it? So it's changing from a solid to a gas. And it's like frictionless. Whoa, like air hockey. Look at it go. So it's really, really cold. So you can't hold on very tight to it, just loosely. Here's some more. You got to keep it moving in your hand. What would happen if I put some in water here? I've got this container. It's just food coloring, and I put some dry ice in. And look at that go! Wow, what is that? That's carbon dioxide undergoing sublimation from a solid right to a gas. It doesn't liquefy. And when it disappears in your hand is dry, so it's called dry ice. So Ray and Avery, I put some dry ice in one of my gloves. That's my glove. And you can see the pieces of dry ice in it. And as it sublimes, as it turns to a gas, what's going to happen to the glove? Well, let's see what happens. I've got some hot water here to set it in. Well, let's watch it. It's talking to me. I think it's growing. I better back up a little bit. That's just hot water in a beaker. And I've got the dry ice in the glove. And I've tied the glove tight shut so the carbon dioxide gas can't get out. So it's going to build up some pressure. What's going to happen? It takes a little while. So I have a joke for you while you're waiting. Oh, there it is. That's kind of cool, eh? You didn't get to hear my joke. Okay, so the joke is, what do you call a monkey in a minefield? It's called a baboom. Good one, eh? Haha. All right, again, so here's just a glass of water and some dry ice, which is kind of freezing my fingers. Look like a mad scientist? You bet. Okay, so what I have down here, this is a magnet. Where are you? A magnet covered in plastic. Hi, Kevin. And there's a motor under here, and when I turn it, it spins the motor and it spins the magnet. So this is a magnetic stir bar. We can put that into a solution. Here's a solution. And the solution has some indicator in it, so that it's basic. I can stir it really fast. Whoa, look at it go. It's drawing a vortex. I can stir it slow just by turning the dial. I'm going to put a piece of dry ice in there. Let's see what happens. Now, dry ice is slightly acidic, kind of like pop. So that should change the pH. It should become more acidic, less basic. Do you remember this, Rhea? A little about acids and bases? Look, it's changing color. Went from blue to green, now to yellow. I don't really have to stir that, I guess, because it's bubbling away. Let's try some more dry ice. Carbon dioxide is used in fire extinguishers because it puts out fires. So I've got a barbecue igniter here. Let me light that. Let's see if it'll put out the fire. Right away. Try again. Oh, yeah, carbon dioxide puts out fires. Oh, let's put some more dry ice in there. A little bit more. Whoa, look at her go. Waka waka. So now it's turning slightly acidic. Acidic is kind of red with this indicator. Is this cold or hot? What do you think? It looks like it's boiling hot, but it's actually boiling cold. That's carbon dioxide gas coming off, and it's cooling down the water. And in a little while, the water will all freeze solid. But it takes a little while. Notice the solution is turning more pink, indicating it's slightly acidic.
I've got a question for you. What is that white vapor or cloud you're seeing coming off the top of the beaker? Is that carbon dioxide? So in the summertime, when you exhale or breathe out, you can't see anybody's breath, right? When we exhale, 5% of what we exhale is carbon dioxide. We take in mostly nitrogen and oxygen. Some of the oxygen is converted to carbon dioxide. We exhale nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. But you can't see any of those gases. Well, how come we can see stuff here? What's going on? Well, let me give you a hint. What about in the wintertime when someone exhales outside and it's cold? Can you see their breath then? Sure you can, but what are you actually seeing? Are you seeing nitrogen or oxygen or carbon dioxide? No, what are you actually seeing? You're seeing water vapor, right? A person exhales water vapor, and that's so cold it condenses to a liquid in the air, just like clouds are formed in the sky. And so what's happening here is the dry ice, the carbon dioxide, is so cold it carries up water vapor into the air as it bubbles, and that water vapor condenses to liquid droplets and is forming a cloud of water. Now the cloud of water follows the carbon dioxide gas, but you can't actually see the carbon dioxide. It's invisible. You'll also notice that the vapor or the gas sinks down because carbon dioxide is heavier than air.
Yeah, so here's the lab. Lots of fun things to do in the lab. One more time. That's kind of cool, eh? And the kids made some crystal gardens, kind of like you made crystals with Nana, right? Here's some of them here. I got a messy garden there. There's a little better one. They put these different chemicals, these different salts, into a solution, and they grow these crystals from the top and from the bottom. Here's a look at the crystals gardens made by the other students. What do you think? I think you should give them a grade from 1 to 10 for their work. What do you think? What's this one? Is that like a 7 out of 10? Kind of messy, eh? Well, it's kind of interesting. This one got a little bit messy. How about that one? That's kind of cool. Oh, I think that's an 8.5 out of 10, don't you? Crystal Gardens. Yeah, that's fun in Muppet Labs. Lots of things to do.
So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did and learned something. I love you all.